Welcome to the Let Them Live podcast with Emily Burning, a place for meaningful conversations, real stories, and a shared mission to protect life. All right. Hey, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Let Them Live podcast. Today I'm on the struggle bus, but we're going to keep it going because we have an amazing guest and I'm really excited for everyone to just hear her story. I think that Olivia, who's one of our Let Them Live moms, she was a Let Them Live mom years ago, just has a really awesome story. And obviously I've grown to love Olivia just like family. And she's one of the strongest people I know. She's persevered through a whole lot of stuff. So she's amazing, and she agreed to come on to share her story. And hopefully, if there's other moms who are seeing this, she's going to be able to offer some encouragement. So I'm going to bring her up here. Hey, Olivia, how are you?
Hey, Emily, I'm doing great. How are you?
Good. Yeah, well, I'm really glad that we're finally doing this. And I really want to, just thank you for being on and
Of
for always being
course.
willing to share. And I know this is just one of the ways that, you wanted to share your story. So I wanted to just kind of give it to you to see where you want to start, because I feel like there's so many different places to start.
Okay, well, yes, when I was on the last interview for Stone, I never could have imagined that I would be giving birth to twins in a couple years, but that's how it happened, and it was definitely a rocky pregnancy for me. I was very emotional, very different from my first pregnancy, but I did have an amazing man in my life who stuck by me and made it easier for me this time. But also, it was a lot of like doubt and negative self talk during my pregnancy just because obviously I'm carrying two instead of one. So I was big and I almost lost my mind, I feel like, honestly,
I
but I was
remember
just
that.
holding on to faith.
I remember
Right,
you
texting
texting
you.
me. Yup, yup. And I was like, hang in there. And I was just praying for you because, like you're experiencing probably like double the hormones, just like everything was coming at you. And I just knew that, like, this is not easy. Pregnancy is, I'm sure, not easy.
Yes, it's just like when they say it's two in there, like it's just literally like, oh my gosh, like, are you for real? Like, I don't know.
How do you even fit two in there?
Yeah, it's just you have to have faith in God at that point just to know that you're going to be able to handle it. And, it's a lot of complications with those types of pregnancies, but it really went as smoothly as it could have. And I'm very grateful for that. But I did have a lot of doubts thinking like maybe can't do this. Maybe I need to like choose what's better and do an adoption or, something, give them to him, anything. Like I was literally trying to weasel my way out. But at the end of the day, coming to the realization that I can handle it and that I wouldn't be blessed with the situation if it wasn't meant to be. So,
No,
um, yeah.
yeah, and that was like how like is that similar to how you kind of felt when you were pregnant with Stone too? Like just in case anyone hasn't heard your story, like because we did a whole video, you guys, on just my dog in the
Is
background.
that
We did
Morty?
a whole that's Scruffy. She's just hanging there. Usually she climbs up on the table, so we're good today. But well, some people haven't seen it, but we did like a real professional like video of sharing your story. And it's so crazy because I was watching it. It's up on our YouTube, you guys, and Stone is like a completely different kid. Like he was a baby, like he was a baby in that video, and now he's like a full-on toddler, like, running around,
Yes,
so,
it's
like,
crazy.
for people who yeah, people who haven't seen that, like, maybe just go over and recap kind of, like, how we first met, like, just doesn't have to be crazy, but just, like, yeah, talking about that, and if that was kind of where you were, if you felt like what the similarities were between your pregnancies, like, with the struggles and, like, the mental, like, roadblocks.
Okay, yeah, so my first pregnancy, I was pretty much alone. Did I lose you? Okay, well, okay.
No, I'm here.
Okay.
I'm sorry. It was
Okay.
muted.
My
I'm
first pregnancy,
here.
I was
I
pretty
just
much alone for, but this one, I had a partner, so that was a little bit different, but I still was completely caught off guard, not planning it at all, and doubting if I had what it took to actually pull this off or, like, and also worrying about what people might think.
Mhm.
That's something that I'm trying to work on currently. It's just like not
Yeah.
caring what anybody thinks and doing what I want to do because I deserve that. But yeah, so I was definitely off social media for both pregnancies for the most part as well because pregnancies are hard for me. Like, honestly, that is like the hardest. Pregnancy is so hard, but for some people it's easy. So, I mean, but whatever the case may be, that I would do it all over again for them. But I did have my days where I was like, I literally cannot.
Yeah. I
But
feel like we
yes,
all have those.
Stone's
Yeah.
pregnancy, that was like during COVID. So that was, also a big difference. This pregnancy, I actually was outside big working, like, and not like I could have stayed home, but I really felt like I had to work for my mental health. So I just kept
Yeah.
myself really busy um,
Mhm.
for the twin pregnancy and also hoping that would help me bounce back. So, but
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, I think you're definitely one of those people too, like, you're like me where, like, you don't like just, like, sitting on your butt or, like, you wanna get up and you wanna do stuff and you wanna, like, just I don't know, like, not just be sitting around, and that can really affect it, and I think this is an important thing to talk about because sometimes I can't with this dog. Sometimes
I love
sometimes
him.
sometimes we sometimes we overlook like mental health and pregnancy, and maybe like you can talk a little bit about that because I know that that's something that you went through, and I know there's like restrictions on medication that you can and cannot take when you're pregnant, and then just kind of having to like get over like it's so hard like for me because I struggle with depression. Some days like it's so hard to just like get out of bed, but I can't imagine being pregnant, you're not able to be on certain medication or whatever, and you're having to just like keep pushing through. Like, what is that like, and how do you think that that has like shaped you as a person but also as a mom?
Wow, yeah, that's so true. Like, mental health and pregnancy, it definitely correlates a lot. And yeah, if you're insecure like about anything, I feel like it's magnetized when you're pregnant. Like if like with men, like if you're a little insecure about your man, you're gonna be really insecure when you're pregnant. Like if you're a little insecure about your body, you're gonna be really insecure when you're pregnant. Like everything just kind of maximizes. But I definitely would say that I encourage people to stay active. Literally force yourself to do it. Like your life depends on it. Like literally. Like go ahead and get up and then drink your water and do all the stuff that like you're tired of hearing. Just go ahead and do it. That would be number one. And then yeah, the medications. Was, I don't know, I wouldn't say depressed, but I was like kind of like in a panic my whole pregnancy. Like I never really could relax. It was more like anxiety. But
Like, good to know.
like I said, I literally was in distress for probably 9 months, but then when I was ready to give birth, like, I had the smoothest delivery, like, the smoothest delivery, and I had a really
Remember you
quick
telling
healing
me that,
time.
and I was like,
Like,
"Thank you,
yeah, it was,
Lord."
like, amazing. So God bless, but it was just like, wow, I need to have more faith in myself, and that's the m big picture of all of this, like, just have faith in yourself, like, that you could do it, and if somebody else did it with less, then you can do it with what you have, like, there's always a way, so and that's what I gotta keep in mind.
We're gonna have to edit this part out because my dogs decided to wrestle, so I'm gonna go put them back in.
No problem.
This is the RV life. Come on, hey, girls, get in here
Dog
right now.
life. I
So,
love dogs, so
I love them too. I really do love them, and they're like dogs are my whole life. Like we should just do a dog podcast. You and I, we could just talk
yes,
about
yes,
dogs.
let's do
I
it.
love them. Like
That would be so
Nathan's
cool.
always like, "We're not sleeping with dogs in our bed tonight," and I'm like, "Yeah, we are." I
Yeah, we
love them,
are,
and then
right, like
yeah, we are. But yeah, we need
Yes.
them. They're part of the family.
That's
Yeah.
what I
So,
do miss.
um,
I miss having my dogs in my bed. I haven't experienced that for years, unfortunately,
I
because
was
of
gonna say,
having
well,
kids,
yeah,
but
having
yes,
kids.
like, I
Well, that
really
is
miss that.
actually dogs for me, and I don't know if this is how it was like during and like either of your pregnancies, but like dogs for me are a good like mental health break. Like there are actually studies too that show that, and there are a lot of moms that like we've helped with Let Them Live where their animal is like the only companion that they have, and really you get attached emotionally, and so like honestly dogs can really save people's lives sometimes and just give that little glimmer of hope.
Yes, I really truly believe that. That like even like there's a lot of people today that they're only here because they have a dog and they won't admit it. Some people will, some people won't, but it's like you really depend on your dog for a lot. Like that just feeling of just being loved and being special, like they just have a certain way. But yes, and then I've started grooming now. I did my grooming training and certification. So I'm now a groomer and I'm working at Bark and Board, West Midtown. And that's been a dream of mine for a long time. So that goes to
I know
show
I have.
that you can go ahead and still focus on goals after having kids. So that's
Yeah,
I
I
didn't
think
think that would be grooming, but I'm happy that I
that's
figured
a really important thing to focus on, like, just because you have kids and just because you find yourself pregnant and whatever the circumstances are, even if they're, like, not super ideal circumstances, you still are gonna be okay, and you're still gonna be able to do what you wanna do. Like,
yeah.
how was your experience with that? Like, I know that, like, when you were pregnant with Stone, like, that was maybe I mean, I don't know, but you can tell me, but maybe that was even a little harder because there was, like, less support, but, you know, it was, like, maybe a little bit more unstable.
Hey.
This is the most wild podcast we've had. Um, this is this is, like, raw, uncut,
They love it.
burning.
They love it. This is what they love to see. This is like, yes, a day in the real life of Let Them Live.
Day in the real life. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Yeah. It's like my
But
brain, but yeah.
yeah, I definitely feel like in the first pregnancy it was just um very alienated. This one I was forced out of my shell, but that somehow it was harder to be outside and social pregnant because I was just like embarrassed to be big. But you just have to get out of your head about that part because it's just a little sliver
Yeah,
in
because you would
time.
send me
It's just a little
you would
moment
send
in
me the
time.
cutest, like, maternity pictures, and I'm like, "Girl, you look so good," and you're like, "I'm so fat." I'm like, "Absolutely not."
Yes, I don't know why I'm like this, but at the end of the day, I think like I feel as if I'm supposed to be doing more, but I am doing a lot when I'm big. Like I'm literally like creating lives. Like, but I want to go do something like you
Yeah,
said. So it's like I want to see the results. So what I'm doing, like, but you
yeah,
just have to wait.
yeah. Look,
And
Little bit of impatience there. Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, I think a lot of women can probably relate to that. So I'm glad that you're sharing that because these are the kind of things that women actually deal with when they're pregnant, you know? Some of the insecurities and the fears and um, just different struggles. And it's really awesome to know that like we were able to, I mean, it's crazy, like years later, here we are, you know? And I remember like the first time you reached out to let them live, gosh, this was like years ago, what, like five, 5,
Mhm.
almost 5 years ago, like October or something.
Yeah.
Um, and I remember like that's back when Nathan and I were just doing like everything with Let Them Live. And I was talking to you and I don't know, I felt this connection. I was like, man, I think this girl is gonna be okay. Like, I don't know. I just felt it, you know?
Yeah, that is just a crazy 5 years. Like, wow, it seems like I just really reached out. So, yes, God will do it. God will do it every time. So, I just
One.
um I prayed for the chance to experience, somebody that would help me through my pregnancy because I did struggle with loneliness and the single mother life and like having a lot of just burdens on me and no support and it it does make you realize that you don't need anybody and you can do it on your own, but then at the same time, when you focus on yourself and you really like start to grow and like mature into motherhood, that's when I feel like I started to prepare myself for an actual partner this time around. And that was a beautiful experience to have as well. But there's struggles
Yeah.
within both. Like there's struggles with having somebody there and there's struggles with not having somebody there. So I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. You had to, like, let your walls down a lot, and that's something that I know you've done really well, and that was not always, like, easy, you know, kind of, like, letting yourself be helped, like, that's something I've noticed too from some moms that we've helped, and just moms in general, or I don't know, maybe it's just our personality trait, but, you know, being able to accept help and not being like, "Okay, I'm doing this on my own, I don't need anybody," like,
Mhm.
100% get to that breaking point, right, where you're like, "Oh, wait, okay, I actually do need some help." And that's hard.
Yes, that all of that I got this by myself goes out the window once you start having kids because it does take a village. But yeah, I'm glad that I've like literally God has been working so hard in my life because I would have never thought that it could be this good. And that's why I think that sometimes I self sabotage because I'm not used to it being good. But like it's been a long journey. So it's not like it's just been good this whole time. Like it's been a long journey and now it's good. Like with Stone's dad, with Spartacus, with everybody, it's just like good right now. And
Yeah. Count your
being okay
blessings.
with that is like surprisingly hard for somebody
Yeah,
who has grew up in an environment like me and, been through. It's just, yeah, it's a lot. But yes, you will be
be your
blessed if you have faith in yourself.
100%. Have faith in God and trust and, know that like he's going to put the right people, in your life and what would be there's like three things that I would love for you to like share your advice on because you've lived it, you're going through it, you've been through it. The three things are like basically like what would you say to other women who find themselves in these situations in an unexpected pregnancy in less than desirable circumstances. The second one would be like as a single mom, like single parenting. And then the third thing is, I guess, single parenting, but then also kind of like co parenting, because that's also another aspect to it where, you're a single mom, but then you're also having to like keep that relationship, like what would you say to women in these situations?
Okay, so the first one was what was the first one?
Yeah, I should have just like
Look,
let's go one by one.
yes, please go one by one. I'm a little slow. I barely got
I
sleep
am
last night, like maybe 2 hours. So they're teething.
oh no. Okay, yeah, okay, we're gonna
So
take it
yes,
slow.
one
My
at a
brain
time,
is working
please.
one at a time. Let's take it day by day, little by little. So what would you say to women who are listening, or just in general to women who find themselves in unexpected pregnancies, like less than desirable circumstances, kind of like where you were with Stone when you found out you were pregnant with him?
um you can't control everything in life. You might think that you can, but you can't. You cannot control everything. And a lot of times when we try to control things that we're not supposed to control, that's when things start going wrong in our lives and we start going down the direction that God didn't want us to go. So I just think of kids as just another reason to better yourself and a sign that you're ready for change. So don't try to control your circumstance and like, no, I'm not going to change, no, I'm not going to change, because you see how people like that end up, they don't be happy. So just take that into
Yeah.
consideration.
That's Honestly, that's just good advice for everybody all the time. Like, you can't control things. You can only deal with, you can control some things in your life, but you can't, control every single situation all the time. And that can be a hard pill to swallow. I remember something, when you and I first started talking, you were like, my body's gonna change, and I remember thinking like, yeah, it's gonna change. You're growing a human in you, like, but
Oh
that's
my
not something
goodness.
you can
Yes, that
control,
was just.
but I think that's amazing advice, for sure. So then, what about being a single mom? Like, what are some things that you learned? It can be deep and philosophical, but it could also just be like, it's okay to shut yourself in the bathroom and cry or something, like it can be
Being a single mom, um, I would say that just remain calm, because once like kids are very sensitive and they know when it's a lot of stress, and just like if you get sick of them, they're probably getting sick of you too, like like it's not like they choose to be here. So there's like, okay, let's not do that, because that's a little human at the end of the day. So even though it does be a lot to see, like, okay, I need a break. It's just me in here. But that's the same way they feel. Like, I need a break from her. It's just her in here. So just accept help from your friends, and, I have male friends that come around and, that I know have kids and are good with kids, and like, instill that with them. Like, still give them time with men, even if you're not dating anybody, just like friends and stuff. Like, don't let them not have any men in their life at all, I would say. Like, just find at
that's
least
a
somebody.
really good one.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that. Like, I mean, there's definitely importance to that, like, especially if you like when you had Stone, like, you know, having a son, it's important to have that like male figure,
Mhm.
like present around, which is awesome. And it helps you too, I know that like, it's just nice to know that you're not alone doing it when you have friends with kids too.
Right. And it's a lot of single moms who raise like really amazing men. So it's like, don't get discouraged, because it's evident that, you don't need a partner. And then when it comes to co-parenting,
Yeah.
um, I would say don't
You're like, where do
fold. No, I'm
I
just
start?
playing. No, but don't fold on your boundaries. If you have a boundary, don't fold on your boundary, because you have to deal with this person for the rest of your life. So if this is really how you are, show them really how you are from the get-go. Like, don't try to fold too hard just to make your situation work. Like, stand your ground with what you feel like you need to do for you and the child, and come to each other with calm energy.
That's right, 'cause like you said, like, kids can pick up on that stuff too, you know? And
Yeah.
I know that, you know,
But always put the kid first. Always put the kid first.
that's
Always put the
yeah.
kid first. And if it's like something you can go to sleep at night and do, go ahead and do it. But if you're gonna be like in your feelings about it and holding grudges about it later, don't even do it. Just don't even do it. That's
Mm,
my
yeah.
yeah,
I think
that's what I was saying.
that's good. That's good advice. I think you gave really good advice. Olivia has a ton of advice, you guys. So if you're finding yourselves in these situations, I feel like the best people to give advice are the people that have been through it, you know? Um, so you
Yeah.
just need to, I mean, you could just make like a whole list of things that that you've learned from and experienced. And I know that whenever I find myself pregnant, maybe one of these days I'm gonna be like, Olivia, help. What do I do? What do I
Literally, yes. There's no other option just to like take it day by day, like for pregnancy. Like that's just take it day by day. Like, do you know how fast 9 months goes by? It might be slow while you're pregnant, but it's like literally not that like for what you get out of it is just not that. Yeah, it's not
in the
that.
blink of an eye? Like we saw you guys last year, May 2023 for our gala and Stone. I was just like, he was just a baby. Like it just goes that fast, you
Now he
know?
knows how to use the remote and write his name. He's a whole like
No,
kid. Yeah. He's a kid. He's not even a
they're supposed to
toddler.
stay little forever.
Yeah. So this time I'll make sure that I, take all the pictures I need, 'cause these times do fly
Yeah.
by.
The other thing I wanted to ask you, because I know that you're also in another unique position, just share with everyone all the genders of your kids.
All the genders.
Yeah, you have
3 boys. Yes.
3 boys. So, just I know that there's moms out there and they're boy moms. And you know, I know that you've had already experience with Stone, but how do you feel being a boy mom? Do you feel prepared? I knew that like, you know, especially when you were pregnant with Stone, like you were super excited. He was a boy, so I don't know what your thoughts are. My when you were pregnant with your twins, I was like, it's gonna be 2 boys.
I don't
So
know why but you are like a positive person. So I really appreciated that you had faith that it was going to be boys, but like of
yeah,
course, me being like a negative Nancy at the time, I just like and then I think my OBGYN was like, "Oh, they're fraternal twins. It's most likely going to be one girl, one boy." And I was just like, oh my gosh, no, like, no, no, no. Like, I don't know. It's probably bad for me to not want a girl that bad, but it seems to be that's the trend. Like, most people want boys and not girls for some reason. Probably because with a girl, maybe you have to feel more overprotective or worry about more in today's society, I guess. But that's my perception, anyways. But I was
you were just made
praying.
to be a boy mom.
Yes,
So
I was praying, praying, praying. And then it's like she was like, "Oh, there are 2 boys." And it's like, even then, I still was mad. Like like, oh my gosh. He was like, "This is what you wanted. You wanted boys and you're seriously still mad?" I'm just like, "I'm still
yeah.
mad." Like, I don't know. I'm just
Maybe
like,
one or the
yeah. Yeah,
other.
God got to get me together because I was like really
Yeah.
tripping, but I have already
Yeah, so
yeah,
what we
prayed
need to
on
do is
that.
have a follow-up in, like 2 years when your twins are, you know, running around and Stone's running around and,
It's
you
gonna
know,
be
you have
crazy.
all
It's gonna be crazy
you're
for
gonna have
sure.
gray hair already.
Oh
Just
my
kidding.
gosh. I hope not. But yeah, I definitely feel like I was always meant to be a boy mom. I'm glad that what I wanted and what God wanted for me was aligned. That's beautiful. That's absolutely beautiful. And I'm so thankful and I'm so sorry for being so ungrateful. But yes,
Yeah.
I could definitely have it worse. So like I said, when you meet God halfway, he meets you the other half. So because I moved on faith, even though there was like I really felt like, oh no, I'm gonna get a girl this time and it's just gonna be all bad. And then it's just like I'm done. Like, I'm done. Like, but no, I went ahead and walked on faith, and then he met me the other half of the way, and that's what God does every time.
Yeah.
But
Percent.
yeah, yeah,
That's
I
why I
just
knew
feel like,
that you'd be
huh?
I said that's why I felt like I knew you'd be okay. Like when you were pregnant with the twins and you were texting me, like I knew that like what you were saying was it was like what you were saying in the moment, but I was like, I know you, Olivia. Like and it's not like I know what you're saying right now, but like yeah, it's like different in the moment. And I'm like, I know you too, and you could like spit some fire, but it's amazing that you just kept persevering. And I think that
No, I had my
rehearsal.
mom scared. I don't know how I didn't scare you, but I had my mom scared. Like after a while, like she was like, "Okay, actually, I think adoption might be the best idea for you." Like I was like, "I
Yeah.
can't do this, mom. I'm for real."
Mhm.
I was
Yep.
like freaking
I don't
out.
know
But
either. For
yeah,
some reason, I wasn't, like, shaken by like and I wasn't either. I was like I just had this calm. I was like, "She's gonna be just fine." Like, I know it, and I know she's
wow.
gonna give birth to those babies, and she's gonna see them, and she's gonna love them, and it's gonna be okay. And that was exactly what happened. You're like, "It went perfect. It was great. I'm in love." And I'm like, "Awesome," and
Everybody's
I don't know.
healthy. Like, I was just like,
Mhm.
wow, okay. I just really like
Yeah.
I was like freaking myself out like on Google, like, oh, and most twins end up in the NICU, like stuff like that. Like I'm like, oh my gosh, like I and then I've been stressing the whole time. So of course, like
Maybe
something's gonna
maybe
happen.
I know you so well because we're, like, the same, because I do the exact same thing. If any like, my surgery tomorrow that's happening, it's nothing crazy, it's, like, something they do all the time, but, of course, I'm, like, on Google and ChatGPT, like, trying to see if I could find
Scaring
the
yourself.
worst possible scenario that I do the same exact thing. It's like, why do we do this to ourselves?
Literally, because we can't change anything, and that just goes back to control. Like you thinking that you're controlling something by doing that, but you're not controlling anything. You're just stressing yourself out. So just go
Yeah,
with it
100
and you know,
yeah,
pray.
yeah. That's literally the best advice. I wanted to see because I mean, I feel like I could talk to you forever
I know.
to other
I'm
dogs.
like, I know we're supposed to be over at 3, but I'm just like, we haven't talked in a while, and I really could.
Right?
I'm just now getting comfortable, so it's like, okay.
Now we can really get into it.
hmm
Um, what would you like? What would be just? I mean, just this time right now. Okay, sorry, my brain is like I can't think today.
I'm literally on the
I
same
can't.
exact boat of you. I'm so surprised that we even made it this far. Like, I'm just like,
Honestly,
I'm just here.
we're here. We made it. So that's good. There's just days like that, like where you're just like, okay, I'm inching through the day. I was gonna ask you, um, just if there's anything else on your heart that you wanted to share, with anyone who's listening. So it's Let Them Live donors, it's Let Them Live supporters, it's moms, it's anybody. But I know you shared a lot of wisdom and a lot of like advice, and it's all really good. But I wanted to just open it up, you know, to see if there's any last thing that you want to share. And then also, when we finally get together, hopefully this fall, we can do some sort of like in person podcast because it
Yeah,
seems
that would
like
be
we have a lot
fun.
more to talk
Okay,
about.
yeah, yeah, that'd be cool. Well, I just want to let people know that you always have the option to go ahead and change. We live in a very like stuck in our ways world, and a lot of people like talk about themselves as if like I'm just this way, like this is how I've always been and this is the way I am. Like and like you keep speaking that over your life, and then it's like you're claiming it or whatever, like, oh, my depression, my anxiety, like it's not yours, it's not of God, so it's not yours. So don't keep claiming it and don't keep saying what you are, because in reality, you do have the power to change like night and day. Like, and like, just like, like in a negative way, we see it all the time. Like people were successful, okay, now they're strung out on drugs and they're homeless. Like they change, but some you can change in a positive way as well. Like from coming from
Yeah.
a spirit of fear and offense and shame and guilt, or are you coming from a faithful spirit and you're coming from courage that's instilled from God, not from self. It's like a different type of glow about people like that who are on a walk of faith and not seeing life from a lens of fear. So I just encourage people to go ahead and know that you can change and attempt to change. Yeah, every day's a new day.
Every day's a
Always
new
change
day.
your
I love that.
perspective. Yeah.
I love that. We need like little Olivia sayings. I need to like write these on Post-its. I'll put them in a place.
I hope I'm
Good
coming
reminder.
across. Like, I don't know how I come across. I'm just like, I'm gonna
No,
have to start getting more comfortable with speaking on podcasts because I do plan on making my own at some point. So, because I do
I
have a
feel
lot of
like you would have
knowledge,
a
but
really
I just I
yeah.
feel like one of my most negative thoughts is like nobody cares what you have to say. Nobody cares what you have to say.
Mm,
Nobody cares what you
it's
have to say.
so because
Like
it's
that's
like there's
all
so
I
many
tell
people on
myself.
social media, you know? There's so many people saying so much on social media, and it's so easy to be like, "Well, what do I have to contribute?" You know, that's how I
Right.
feel with this podcast.
Like, they done said it all
I
at
don't
this
know who's
point.
actually yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, there could be like 0 people listening to this or watching this, and that's okay. It's sometimes it's good to get our stuff out, but I think it's good to just go for it. I mean, because I mean, maybe I guess, this is something I'll share with you and other people. Like when we started Let Them Live, we weren't I don't maybe I was just like blissfully ignorant or something. I don't know. We just kind of did it, and it just kind of happened. So, there's so many times that we talk ourselves up or like work ourselves up. Oh, it could be a failure. It couldn't work. It could blah 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 blah. But it could, it really could. It could be successful. It could be something that you said that someone who happens to stumble upon your podcast needs to hear that day, like God works in those ways. So you should go for it. I will listen
Right.
to your podcast. I would
You
listen to you
would.
talk.
Thank you.
You have such a good podcasting voice, and
Thank
I think you're
you.
just
Do I
very
really? I feel
real.
like, yeah, see, I just like, I'm just so hard on myself that I've just came up with an excuse to not. But I definitely
Yeah.
feel myself stepping out. Like just the same thing with the dogs. Like, oh, like
Yeah.
what do I look like doing dogs? Like people are gonna think like, why is she doing dogs? Like out of everything you could do, dogs. Like, but that's always what I wanted to do. So I'm gonna just do it. And the same thing
Honestly, I
for the
that
podcast.
sounds
Like,
yeah, you should just go for it, like, just do it. Be brave with
okay.
that, so, yeah. Well, keep me updated on that. I'm sure we're gonna have a part 2 of this podcast because I feel like we could, you know, keep going back. It'd be kinda cool, though. I don't even know where I'm going with this, but it'd be kinda cool. We could talk about, like, real life stuff and just have, like, conversations with each other. I could see
Yeah.
that being a podcast.
No,
Um,
seriously, like just on everyday life topics or like even like story time, like, like this is what I've been through, guys. This is the way God has showed up in my life. This is the way that the devil be trying to lie to me every day. This is the way I'm fighting him back. Like all of these things is like a tool that we can use to reach people. Social media can be used for bad or it can be used for good, like uplift or tear
right.
down. Like, yeah. So
100%. I love that. Look at you.
I'm excited
Spitting
for the part
spitting
2.
good stuff. Yes, for part 2. Well, thank you again. That was awesome. I'm so glad that we got to talk,
Me
and I can't
too.
wait to see you in person. And I'm so glad for everyone who listened and watched, and just got to see the most real chaotic best episode I think we've had yet, because that's what I've been trying to do with this podcast is see my alarms going off. See, like I want people to feel like, they're part of my life and my life is a little woo. And so it's awesome that we got to do this. I feel like I'm just so comfortable talking to you, Olivia, that like you got me into the zone too. So thank you
Good. You
for
definitely lifted my mood. Thank you, Emily, for this
yeah, I
opportunity.
love you so much. Thank you for sharing everything.
Love you too.
And yeah, we'll see you guys for the next episode, whenever that is. All right, bye.
Thank you for tuning in to the Let Them Live podcast with Emily Burning. If you enjoyed this episode, please let us know your thoughts in the comments and make sure to subscribe so you don't miss the next episode.